So alum powder comes in a yellow label, and alum crystal, as in the larger pieces, tends to come with a red label, but it does vary from supplier to supplier. So I'm going to use some of this water to mix up the alum. There is a formula, and what I'm actually going to do, a teaspoon and a half. I'll just go look it up. So there is an actual formula to this, which I'll put on the screen. So it does take a bit of stirring to mix it all up. So when you mix the alum up with the water, so having mixed the alum up with the water, I'm going to pour it into here. As you can see, there's a little bit of the crystal at the bottom there, and then I'm just going to give it a good stir to make sure it's all mixed in. I know it's stirring up that bottom, making it cloudy again, but now what we do is we leave that, and over a period of time it will cease to move and slowly sink everything down to the bottom. This is about 1 minute in. So if you look down at the bottom there of the jug, I'm just going to zoom in, but you can see that there are some particles suspended there in the fluid, much lower down, in like a gel. Particles are falling to the bottom. This process of these particles falling is happening because of the flocculant action, and what it does is it changes the charge of the suspended particle. So if you look down at the bottom there of the jug, I'm just going to zoom in. But you can see that there are some particles suspended there in the fluid, much lower down, in like a gel. So if you look down at the bottom there of the jug, I'm just going to zoom in. So all the particles have been pushed to the bottom there in the jug. And that sort of layer at the bottom there is the particles that have been pushed down by losing. These particles have been pushed down there by losing their electrical charge in the water, so they're actually just sitting in a semi-silty layer at the very bottom of the jug, and then when you move up, you can there's still bits that are coming down from the flocculants, and that piece there's, I don't know if you can see it, there's a piece falling there, but yeah, there's a few pieces that are still suspended, and I think they're pieces that are more neutrally buoyant than they are actually. But this is the jug. It was quite murky, and now it is. Oops. And now it is much more clear, as we can see.